Was it the chop suey? And the Bombay duck? I know exactly how you feel. All right, I'll give you an injection.
No, please, not again.
Well, I'll get you one of those special tablets. Wait there.
Huh?
Later this evening, BBC2 features the first showing on British television of the film that shot Madonna to stardom in Desperately Seeking Susan, the comedy adventures of a bored suburban housewife who finds herself in a dangerous world of nightclubs, magic shows and murder, on BBC2 at 9:05.
This winter in Dallas, they're slinging lead and telling tall tales.
But it wasn't murder, it was self-defense. I already told you that.
She must be dreaming. Dallas, Wednesday on 1.
The news follows in 15 minutes on BBC1 after the day's sporting headlines from Ralph Deller in Final Score.
Well, a very good afternoon to you on this, the first sporting day of 1989. And the headlines this afternoon, the game of leapfrog continues at the top of Division 1 as Alan Taylor gives Norwich a point at Queen's Park Rangers. Trevor Stephen misses a penalty for Everton as Nottingham Forest win 2-0. David Speedy heads a hat-trick for Coventry. Roy Wegerle scores twice, and so does Mick Harford as Luton gets 6. Peter Davenport scores for Middlesbrough against his old club at Manchester United. Leroy Rossignol scores twice, once at each end, as West Ham lose 2-1 to Wimbledon. And in Division 2, Kerry Dixon scores twice for Chelsea to go past Jimmy Greaves in the club's scoring records, but Chelsea drop to second. Well, more about those matches in a moment, but now the classified results.
The Barclays League Division 1. Arsenal and Tottenham Hotspurs, an evening kick-off. In fact, kicks off in about 10 minutes at 5 o'clock. Coventry City 5, Sheffield Wednesday 0. Luton Town 6, Southampton 1. Middlesbrough 1, Manchester United 0. Millwall 1, Charlton Athletic 0. Newcastle United 0. Derby County 1. Nottingham Forest 2, Everton 0. Queen's Park Rangers 1, Norwich City 1. West Ham United 1, Wimbledon 2. Division 2, Barnsley 0, Hull City 2. Birmingham City 0, Oldham Athletic 0. Blackburn Rovers 4, Stoke City 3. Bournemouth 2, Brighton 1. Bradford City 1, Sunderland 0. Crystal Palace 4, Walsall 0. Ipswich Town 2, Leicester City 0. Manchester City 0, Leeds United 0. Oxford United 2, Chelsea 3. Plymouth Argyle 1, Watford 0. Portsmouth 0, Swindon Town 2. West Bromwich Albion 4, Shrewsbury Town 0. Division 3, Aldershot 0, Cardiff City 1. Blackpool 2, Bury 2. Bolton Wanderers 0, Mansfield Town 0. Bristol City 0, Bristol Rovers 1. Fulham 3, Brentford 3. Huddersfield Town 3, Southend United 2. Northampton Town 1, Preston North End 0. Fort Vale 1, Notts County 0. Sheffield United 1, Chesterfield 3. Swansea City 2, Reading 0. Wigan Athletic 3, Gillingham 0. Wolverhampton Wanderers 3, Chester City 1. Division 4, Crewe Alexandra and Carlisle United is an evening kick-off. Doncaster Rovers 3, Scarborough 1. Grimsby Town 2, Colchester United 2. Halifax Town 5, Scunthorpe United 1. Hartlepool United 1. Rotherham United 1. Hereford United and Torquay United, an evening kick-off. Rochdale 0. Leyton Orient 3. Stockport County, Exeter City, an evening kick-off. Tranmere Rovers 2. Burnley 1. Wrexham 3. Darlington 3. York City 2. Lincoln City 1. Vauxhall Conference, Altrincham 1. Macclesfield Town 3. Barnet 2. Enfield 1. Boston United 1. Kettering Town 1. Chorley 1. Runcorn 3. Kidderminster 1. Telford United 1. Newport County 0. Cheltenham Town 1. Stafford Rangers 0. Northwich Victoria 1. Sutton United 1. Maidstone United 1. Welling United 3. Fisher Athletic 1. Weymouth 0. Yeovil Town 2. Wycombe Wanderers 1. Aylesbury United 0. The Scottish League, B&Q Division 1, St Johnstone 2, Forfar Athletic 1.
Well, let's catch up on some of the details from those matches now. And the league leaders Arsenal, they're about to kick off against Spurs in just about 5 minutes' time at Highbury. So Norwich had the chance to go back to the top of Division 1 for an hour or two at least. Well, they were just around the corner from here, in fact, at Queen's Park Rangers. They achieved their aim, moving clear with a 1-1 draw, and their goal came from Alan Taylor, who last made a full First Division appearance back in 1980. Well, that was for West Ham. Today, David Davies saw him perform for Norwich.
Yes, an equaliser 2 minutes from time from Mark Falco, spoiling Norwich's afternoon just when Alan Taylor, even at 35, even 13 years after scoring twice in a Wembley FA Cup final, looked to have won the game. His goal coming after the ball had ricocheted around the Rangers area. Substitute Robert Fleck had had a couple of unsuccessful stabs at it before Taylor turned it in. That was after an hour during which it was Rangers, certainly, who had had much the better of the chances. Poor Trevor Francis going through agonies as Mark Steen, Pizzanti and the player-manager himself saw their efforts come to nothing. Then came Alan Taylor, and Norwich, you know, have proved their resilience before this season. Gunn was an absolute inspiration in goal. Late saves from Francis again and Martin Allen were quite breathtaking. But up popped Falco to head home Parker's huge cross, and Norwich were denied victory.
Well, the form team in Division 1 at the moment are Everton. They're unbeaten in their last 10 outings and 5 wins in that run. Well, today they went to Nottingham Forest. The run came to a rather sudden end. Gerald Sinstadt watched Nottingham Forest win 2-0.
If the championship doesn't go to Merseyside in May, whoever does win it will have reason to be grateful to Nottingham Forest. The only teams who've lost a league game at the City Ground this season are Liverpool and now Everton. This makeshift bits and pieces side that scored 3 times at Hillsborough on Saturday was well worth the points today. The good habits and cultured instincts that are the hallmarks of a Brian Clough team produced a thumping goal for Parker, his first for Forest, and an excellent one for Gaynor. In a good all-round performance, Wilson was a fine stand-in central defender, and Webb was back at his best in midfield. It was Everton who lacked shape. In the absence of an authentic striker to partner Cotty, Stephen was not the answer. Even his customary reliability from the penalty spot failed him. And but for Southall, Everton's first league defeat since October would have been heavier.
So that's the top of Division 1. Norwich back on top, but Arsenal will overtake them again if they at least draw with Spurs. Millwall stay third thanks to a late winner by substitute David Thompson, and Everton drop to 5th after their defeat at Forest, we've just been hearing about. Coventry take over in 4th place. And at the bottom, Charlton, Newcastle and West Ham all lost, so no change, and those 3 teams are just beginning to lose touch. West Brom are the new leaders in Division 2, going above Chelsea on goal difference. Both won today and now go 2 points clear of Blackburn, who move into 3rd place after their 4-3 win over Stoke. Watford lost to a goal in the last 20 seconds at Plymouth. And at the bottom of Division 2, there's no change. Walsall and Shrewsbury both losing 4-0. Wolves still firmly on top of the 3rd Division this evening after a 3-1 win over Chester. Over 20,000 at Molineux saw Steve Bull score his 27th goal of the season, and there were 23,000 at Bristol, the Bristol Derby match. And at the bottom of 3, Chesterfield still prop up the table despite a 3-1 victory at Sheffield United. Division 4, well, Wrexham go back tonight after briefly surrendering the lead to Rotherham, who drew 1-1 earlier at Hartlepool. Wrexham fought out a 3-3 draw with Darlington, while Scarborough lost 3-1 at Doncaster.